views and truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but sure, never for me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa. But college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but sure, never for me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run.
What? What's up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It's your boy Swank, coming to you live from Scott Reed's garage. Hey, we had some technical difficulties, but I think we're okay. So let us know in the comments. As always, we're going to bring in this other guy who just left, actually. RT was in the waiting room. Now he gone. But, this is going great.
It's going fantastic.
Right here next to me is the terrible twin, one half of the Reed twin sensation, Scooter Reed. What's up, Scoot?
I don't want to confuse anyone. I did take off the beard. It's now a Fu Manchu. It's a once a year kind of thing, and the wife loves it. So
she was just talking about how much she loves it. Actually, it was pretty awesome.
We do have a live fan base out here.
Oh yeah,
my wife Elle, my kids, and Swank's wife Sarah.
Yeah. I don't know if they're fans, but they're here with us.
They're here with us.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted to be here.
Voluntarily. Yo, let us know in the comments if you can hear us and everything as well. We're about to bring in our boy RT. What is up, RT?
What's going on, guys? It's Bills game day. Let's do this.
Yeah. How you doing, RT? You having a great day or what?
I'm having a phenomenal day. Watching some abysmal football thus far, knowing at 4:25 we'll be watching some good football, hopefully.
Yeah, that is what we're here for today. Yeah, you want to bring up the inactives while you're sitting there doing yeah, we do that. Yo, if you are new to Sunday Sessions, and thanks for all the viewership and everybody coming in, we're back to our original setup for the StreamYard, so we're stoked on that. I decided to come over and watch the game with my boy Scott at his beautiful place with his beautiful family and my beautiful family. Oh my God, they're over there talking really quietly, so I hope that we can pick something up at some point. It'll be awesome.
It's when they both look at this at the same time.
Like, you know what? He really is an asshole.
Just listen to the show.
RT, you should bring your. You guys should conference call in RT's girlfriend over there. That'd be good.
She with me. She decided to sit this one out because I'm starting to get a superstition, and it's.
She's bad luck, dude.
I think there's a spot that we were going to that was bad luck. Like,
yeah.
Was the writing on the wall?
I took it off the list completely because both times I went there, we had the Jets game week 1, then we had the Denver game, and those were two of the worst losses we had all year. So it's like, you know what? Let's sit this one out, and then we'll reconvene and figure out where to go next week.
Wow!
And you'll find out next week if she's okay with that.
Yeah,
she'll be up.
Yeah. So, are you going to be live from the street next week?
Up from the street.
All right, guys, we love doing Sunday Sessions here, and I'm going to let RT introduce himself formally here. He is the voice of the podcasting for the Buffalo Bills, and the best name in podcasting, the Thomas Take Sports podcast. Really, really. RT. Give it to him, buddy. Just give it to him. Just give him a little something.
Just give him a little something. Ryan Thomas here, Sunday Sessions once again. This morning, I actually had a big announcement that I don't know if you guys saw it, but I like to be creative. I like to keep things fresh. And I'm starting a new series. It's kind of like a little bit of a 30 for 30 spin, but called the Charging Buffalo Conversation Series, where It's an introspective look at the history of the Buffalo Bills. I got the 10 biggest moments that changed the franchise fortunes for better or for worse. Episode 1 went back to 2002 when the Bills traded for Drew Bledsoe. Today's episode going all the way back to 1985 when the Bills drafted Bruce Smith first overall. So each week bringing a different episode, seminal moments in the history of our beloved Buffalo Bills. And available everywhere on audio. So tune in.
I don't think anybody else is doing that. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, dude. That's awesome. I can't wait to check her out. Don't forget to check out our boy RT on everything possible, really. So part of what we love about Sunday Sessions is that the inactives break while we're going live or while we're trying to figure out how to go live with a new situation, because we try something new every single week That's the way we do it. This week, man, a couple of surprises on this list. Have you had a chance to check it out yet, RT?
I have not. I saw it break
man.
just as I was hopping on.
Okay. Right here, man. Harold Fuller's got the comment for it. Deontay Hardy, a healthy scratch today for this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. We got
Isabella's coming in.
Isabella has been pulled up from the practice squad. Also, who else was?
Ingram,
the safety, who everybody was hot. Well, you were hot on in training camp. We also have Taylor Rapp, who that's not too much of a surprise. He had his unfortunate incident where he got carted off in an ambulance. Did not end up going to the hospital, but was banged up pretty good. Dane Jackson is inactive today, which is a bummer. AJ Klein, Affetti, Anderson, and Puna Ford. Those last four are pretty much your regular suspects, but them top three, man, that's a little bit of a change. Scooter, what do you think? What do you think about this?
I think out of the three defensive backs that were injured, I think Taron Johnson is the one we probably needed to come back ahead of these other two. Dane Jackson, let's remember, started in front of Douglas last week. So now Douglas is obviously going to get the start, Benford on the other side. So the depth behind that will be what's in question, obviously. But I think those two starters are gonna continue what they did last week and shut down these wide receivers. And I think those two guys are the guys that can do it with the size that they carry, and then obviously with the wide receiver size that the Eagles have. But definitely a blow. I think that means that Hamlin will probably be playing, and Cam Lewis is probably playing. But Deontay Hardy, that's an interesting scratch. Maybe trying something new. Joe Brady came in from Carolina, as we all have discussed before, and he thrived off speed in Carolina. So he may be tweaking this offense to resemble that. And Isabella, I do 4.4. Isabella 4.40. I think he runs a 4.340. I think he's a little faster than Hardy was. So if you can bring in speed, whether or not he sees the field as a wide receiver, I know the money line is big time on DraftKings and all them. If you do an anytime touchdown for Isabella, but that's an interesting move for sure.
I think this is kind of what everybody's been looking for, right? Like they wanted Isabella. He was like a preseason darling. He got signed to the team. He had a great preseason. Everybody wanted him elevated, within like the first 3 weeks. So now we're finally getting a chance to see him. Maybe this is telling of a little bit of their game plan. I'm expecting to see, and guys, this might be a bold prediction, but I'll go ahead and just put her out there right now anyway. I'm kind of expecting to see some jet sweeps, some more stuff out of the backfield. It's a rainy day down in Philly. That field is wet. It's supposed to be a little less now, but get worse throughout kickoff and into halftime. So this running game is going to come out strong, I think. So, RT, is there anybody on this list or anybody that's not on this list that really gives you any sort of take one way or the other going into today's game? You there, buddy? Well, I think we're losing RT.
Oh,
he may be delayed.
I was there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now, buddy.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta say the one name on this list that I think can dictate this matchup a little bit is Dane Jackson. I think this could be one of the first matchups where we see the Bills secondary get tested. In terms of what we've seen in previous weeks, with A.J. Brown out there, Devonta Smith is such a weird matchup for some of these teams to try to play man-to-man with. They're thin at tight end. Dallas Goedert, he's got his own issues going on, so they're going to have to take it to the outside. And this is a big game for Rasul Douglas once again, who showed up big last week, and it's a really big game for Christian Benford. I think in this one is Dane Jackson out. So that would be the name that jumps out to me the most.
Yeah, that secondary, man. But it is like super interesting that there was times last week the Eagles did not run any tight ends. Like the majority of the plays, there was no tight end on the field. And they really don't have a third wide receiver option past the two big guys they got. So.
Right. And if no tight ends means more corners, which we obviously know with the injuries that we have for the safety, that might be an issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And they like to tweak in the running backs too, like Gainwell and Swift. And obviously Swift is one of those guys that could wear this defense down. He wears down any defense that he faces, it seems. So I see a little bit of small ball, if you will, from Philly to potentially burn us over the top, you know.
That's something I want to talk about, man. Like Philadelphia is supposed to be this juggernaut. I've claimed that they are pretenders. I don't think that their record really is a true showing of the type of team as far as strength wise goes that they really are. And Scooter, I'll kick it over to you, man. Like, what is this team about? What do they do well? And what if there is one thing offensively on the Eagles side of the ball? What is that one thing that we can clip that will just end their whole day?
I think that all comes with the recent acquisitions the Buffalo Bills did before that trade deadline. The two things that they needed to do as well is to defend the AFC conference, is bring in that corner that can cover those big guys and Rasul Douglas, and bring in that run stuff and son of a bitch by the name of Linval Joseph. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat, and my kids are here, so my wife's looking at me. But the answers are right there, and it's whether or not they got to play their gap responsibility, zone responsibility, and you'll take care of all that stuff. But that offense, and you mentioned it, Swank, they haven't blown anybody out.
No.
So it's Hurts managing the game. And let's remember, guys, he's got 9 interceptions, only 3 less than Josh Allen. Everybody wants to throw Josh Allen under the bus for his interceptions, but he's got 3 less. You can force him to make mistakes. We saw a lot of bad passes against the Chiefs this past week. So if you can force Hurts to make the mistakes, make that run offense honest, because they only average 4 yards a carry. They just run the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So that 4 yards a carry goes a long way. So I think the answers, like I said, were addressed before the draft. And I think this Philadelphia Eagles proved with all the games they've played recently, they've lost to the Jets. And last week we saw that they are beatable. They can drop passes. They can throw bad passes, and they can be beat. So I think it's all there. I think they've showed enough for me to think that the Buffalo Bills can win this week.
I like it. RT, what do you got on that offensive side of the Eagles ball? And as far as our defenses go, what do we have to do to shut them down today?
Well, I think Jalen Hurts. I do believe the record, to Swank's point, 9-1. The NFC, some of the teams that they've played haven't been really up to snuff to play against Philly. In the way that some teams have played up to playing us this year in the AFC, right? They haven't had those spoiler weeks where a team has shown up against them really all season long. Even dating back to last week, Kansas City didn't even really show up to play against Philly. So the way I look at their offense is Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I do believe he's in that top 5 conversation. If they make things kind of simple for him early on, he could really start to regain traction. And if they don't, then that's where Jalen Hurts is kind of asked to do a little bit too much out of his comfort zone. And that's where things could get a little bit dicey for him. But what Buffalo's defense should try to do to stall and stun the growth of Philly's offense, I think it comes down to stopping the run. The one matchup in this game that I think is the most important one is DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Gainwell versus Buffalo's defense. Because if that can get going for Philly early on, then that's where I fear they could try to burn our secondary and hurt us with one-on-one matchups with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith in particular. But I think they're going to be relying on the run game just as much as they are those chunk plays, so to speak. And I hope that is the case, that they do. And I hope Buffalo can stop it with a front 7 that's been very impressive all season long.
Absolutely, man. To me, they are the cornerstone of us stopping today. I really think, even though our secondary is banged up, that they can handle those 2 wide receivers. It's all about Swift for me. It's all about that D-line proving how dominant they've been, even though they've been banged up, even though they've been missing parts. You see Floyd hitting a stride. You see Settle doing a little bit of his part. You got Oliver having the best season of his career. Groot getting in there, you just got to wake him up. And I'll tell you, man, the milk carton guy that you were talking about last week, if Von Miller could get there a little bit, it's been a full year now. Thanksgiving, it was a full year. Maybe you see a little bit from Von Miller. I love it. Our boy Rob Mullen agrees with you about the chunk plays. He says, I see them getting chunk plays on us, but keeping them out of the end zone and staying within 2 scores of them gives us a legit chance at pulling an upset on the road. I like it. I really had the same feeling about this game as I did about the Miami game. Like, I was not super worried going into the Miami game. I don't know what it was. It was like a calm, like, excitement. And I was at that game, and I was really, really hoping that it wouldn't go like badly, because whenever you're at a game, like it was the first one I was at in 2 years, I want them to win. I want it to be good. But I didn't know it was going to be that good, And for me, it's like I picked the best game to go to out of the whole season so far. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I think a lot of people are down on the Bills, but they notched up last week, absolutely, with Brady. And with that being said, let's move into this offense. RT, what did the Bills have to do on offense today to give us a happy Monday? What do they need to do?
Well, last week I said, in regards to Joe Brady, you asked me the question, what should Joe Brady do to get this offense rolling? And I basically said, keep things simple, allow Allen to get into a rhythm. Joe Brady did all of that, and I was very, very blessed to watch it, to be quite honest with you, because I started to see Josh Allen fall into the rhythm of the good Josh Allen, the great Josh Allen that we all know he can be. And I think that has to continue, obviously, this week, playing against a defense in Philadelphia that I believe it's one of the most underrated defenses in the league, along with Dallas in the NFC, is one of the 2 best defenses that's out there in the NFC. So we got to get into that rhythm, start fast, start quick, and have Josh Allen rely on the weapons around him, where Philly is going to try to take advantage of us, as I mentioned, one-on-one on the outside. I see Philly's defense over the middle as a real issue for Philadelphia. That's where teams have been able to get some yards on them. So maybe Andy and Isabella is part of that slot receiver plan, being that Hardy is on the active report, on the inactive side of it, of course. And maybe Dalton Kincaid does have a big showing today. Because they don't have that, we have that. We should take advantage of that and use that, in my opinion. So more of what I saw last week, essentially, that allows Allen to get into a rhythm and allows their offense to just simply move the chains without having to do too much. They don't need to play chunk football. They're most deadly when they.
And we lost RT. He was on a hell of a run right there. Hey, what's up, Lucy?
That's my dog. That's Lucy. Come on, get down, Lucy. But
we'll wait for RT to come back. I agree with him, man. I think where he was going with it is right. I think we can beat them at their own game. I think Dalton Kincaid proved that he was the Beasley of old. Like, he was the guy opening up across the middle. The guy is a freak athlete. He's just starting to get comfortable in his first NFL season, and I can see that working, especially if Josh can get the ball out with the same kind of speed that he did earlier in the season, about week 2 or 3.
Right. So you have your Beasley-esque type player in Kincaid, right? Except bigger, stronger, maybe even faster. So,
like Kanye said,
yeah.
Bigger, stronger, faster, stronger.
But the Buffalo Bills offense was also successful in that up-tempo 11 personnel when Isaiah McKenzie was doing his thing in the slot.
Yeah.
So
I'm here. I'm back.
Enter Isabella, right?
Yeah, enter Isabella.
You get that motion, make life easy for Josh Allen, like we said on the Kagan report. Make life easy for him. Send Isabella or whoever's playing that slot in motion, figure out if it's zone or man, and take advantage of this very aggressive, because the reason their defense is so good is that front 7. The linebackers, like RT alluded to, may struggle a little bit in the pass game in the middle, but they do create a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
With that pressure, we need to take advantage of taking away the ability for them to get that to the quarterback and dump it off to James Cook. We saw it last week. This is a big sophomore game, not sophomore year, sophomore game for Joe Brady. Can he continue to do what he did last week, this week, against this style defense? Guys, we've played top 5 defensive lines at least 4 times this year already. And in those 4 games, I think, the Jets game was a fluke. I won't count that. We were pretty successful.
Yeah. I was listening to WGR this morning on the way over here, and they were talking about the Eagles' struggles against sorry, we got to get Frank Mullen in with the porn stash reference. There you go, buddy. John Johns, what's up, brother?
Sorry to cut you off.
It's okay, man.
I saw it.
Oh, here we go. Rob Mullen says you need a name to go with that stash. It's
So-
it's your last name or middle name.
No, it's your street address with your last animal name, right?
No, I always heard it was your middle name with your street address.
So David County. Oh, my current David Herondine.
That's it, dude. David Herondine, bro. Right? Wow. If that's not it, I don't know what is. If that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
No, the
You know
phone
what I
calls
mean?
are already coming in. Sorry, guys, I'm married.
The cops. Yeah.
Right. I'm not loud within 50 feet of a Chuck E. Cheese or
School. Yeah. Our studio audience loves it, bro.
I
Look
know,
at
right?
him. Nice
I
little-
can't believe you said that.
Yo, RT was right, man. You got to send your ladies out on the street, on the outside or something. Nah, dude, yeah, he said she was on the street. I didn't say she was on the street.
No, I didn't send her down the street. I told her we'll consider this a bye week. We'll consider this a bye week, and then we'll touch base next week.
There
Everybody,
you go. Well, next week's a bye week too, there, RT. So you're kind of
That's what I said. That's the joke.
everybody agrees that
weeks
this
off.
show never happened. Delete it off your internet.
Speaking of bye week, did you guys see that new meme out there about the guy saying, "Hey, babe, I'm going to skip Wednesday night football this week and hang out with you"?
That's
So
pretty good,
because
dude.
football was
Pretty
played
good.
so often every week, obviously,
Yeah.
but these guys are using the excuse, "Hey, I'm going to spend time with you. We're going to forget about Wednesday night football, and that's me and you time." And a lot of people are like,
You
"Oh,
go Tuesday
that's
night
nice."
too.
Yeah, you can do Tuesday night. Well,
Yeah.
Tuesday night everybody's watching the K-Gun
No, that's
report.
true.
So
You gotta get your fill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh God, this show really just went off the rails. So, we're gonna go bold predictions. RT, I'm glad that you got your internet back. Hit me with your bold prediction.
Bold prediction. I'm going this one actually being a shootout, despite what I said about Buffalo's defense and Philadelphia's defense. I think this game could be a shootout. I think this game could be like a 31-34 game where Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen leave people feeling like, wow, these guys are two of possibly the three best quarterbacks in the game as it stands now. And I see both offenses putting points on the board. I'm going with a shootout prediction, bold prediction in that regard.
I like it.
very nice. I'm up.
What do you got?
I am seeing this, guys. Inactives for Philadelphia Eagles. One of the bigger names is Lane Johnson. Apparently, he was added to the inactives for tightness earlier today with a groin. So we're worried about that rush offense. Lane Johnson, Pro Bowl, All Pro, offensive tackle. Might be the little bit of advantage we might need. My bold prediction. I'm going to stick with the K-Gun report. The Eagles like to throw screens. And I think if the Buffalo Bills play man and Rasul Douglas is doing his thing, he's got 2 interceptions last week. He's top, I think, in interceptions in the last 5 years in the NFL. I'm going with him with a pick 6. I'm sticking with it. I think he's aggressive enough. He can beat off the block good enough, and he's going to get us 6 points.
I like it.
Help us get that W.
Let's get that dub.
Let's see. Mike V says bold prediction: defense holds Eagles offense under 20 points. Rob Mull says bold prediction: 12 personnel works, opens up running lanes, and tight ends play a huge role in an upset. I think it's really funny how pro 12 personnel we all are all of a sudden when we see it working in a good manner. We said it on the show so often. You don't have to change your whole identity and be 100% 12 personnel. You can just use it as a package. Like you could throw it in there just like every other NFL team does. Like it doesn't have to be one way or the other.
Yeah, use it to make it work. Don't use it to force it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Brady so far, one game, I mean, this is true Homer Bills fan in action. One game, Brady's he's the man. I mean, he's just amazing. But hopefully he just keeps it going. You know, the whole offense. Stephon Diggs all but said that they were way more comfortable. Oh, what's up? Who's this guy?
I had to point that out.
This is
Sparta.
This is Sparta, baby. What's up, Buffalo Spartan? How you doing, brother? All right. My bold prediction for you kiddies and John's. He almost. Dang it! I almost there. He says Leonard Floyd with 2+ sacks and a forced fumble. God, I love me some Floyd, man. I'm going offensive side of the ball. You're going to say James Cook play a hell of a game. I think the weather plays a little bit of I don't know.
Factor.
Yeah, I guess. In this game. And I think you see him run his ASS off. There's kids here. Which is going to be real bad because my wife drops so many F-bombs during the game, dude. I'm sorry.
We're in the man cave. This is the man cave. So my buddy, real side note, 2 years ago during our fantasy football draft, when I went out to throw the ball to the dog real quick to calm her down, I came in here and he's recording at this time, 5.5, 6 years old, saying the goddamn Jets.
That's good. That's good breeding right there, dude. So I'm not going to go with the Floyd pick, but I am going to go on the defensive side of the ball, and I think that you are going to see Von Miller get a sack today, and at least 2 tackles. That's my bold prediction. That's what I want, man. I want this dude to come out and be. He's gotten beat up so hard from coming back from a really hard injury, and I think really are just. People are being hard on him because he is a superstar and because they want him to be Superman and because he has such a positive outlook that he comes out and says, I'm ready to go right now. And really he's not.
Right.
You know, but I would love to see him get that confidence back and it's coming. He's getting closer. You've seen it over the last couple of weeks. So that's my bold prediction.
Real quick question, Swank. You're a Floyd guy.
I am.
He's got 9.5. Does he get double digits tonight?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does he reach that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think he gets it by 2.5.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going John Johns.
RT, we hitting double digits finally with Sackmaster on the Buffalo Bills.
I think if I were to call like anything sack wise, I would say Rousseau and Epinesa, man. Those 2 guys have been phenomenal this year. Those 2 have had their best season in the same year, and as well as Ed Oliver, right? So any one of those 3, I could easily see having a great game in this one. So it's not necessarily a bold prediction, but maybe a sack from each of them. If Philly is down and they have to throw a little bit more than what they thought, maybe that leaves Hurts susceptible to getting hit. Hurts is getting hit.
I like it. Oh, Hurts getting hit.
And that's what it is, though. McDermott's defense has been the same this whole time. He hasn't changed much. And when we have the lead, we see how good this defense is. When we don't have the lead, they're still biting, ripping each other, scratching, doing whatever they can to keep us in the game, clawing. So if we can get the lead or keep it close, I could see, a lot of pressures, a lot of QB sacks for sure.
I like it.
Yep.
All right. Scooter, X Factor.
X Factor's trenches. I know I just said Lane Johnson is out today, so that's going to play a big factor in this run game for the Eagles. I think the Bills. The acquisition of Linval Joseph is a huge one. Linval and Settle. Now he matches up with him, whereas Oliver matches up with Phillips. I think guys, it won't be long till it's almost identical kind of situation you have with those 2. Doesn't matter who's out there. So they're going to come, bring the pressure. Trenches is where it's at, and our front 5 definitely have their hands full with this defensive front for the Philadelphia Eagles. So if they can handle their own like they have in the past, like I mentioned before, against these other front 4 defensive linemen, I think we'll be all set.
Ooh, I like it. RT, X Factor?
X Factor, I'm going James Cook for this one. I think we've been talking James Cook up, really since the beginning of the year. I referred to him as a superstar in the making. I know Scooter Magooter loves him too. I know Swank, you do as well. I think that you could sometimes see matchups where teams mirror each other, trying to do similar things. I look at James Cook as kind of a hybrid between DeAndre Swift and Kenneth Gainwell, to where he can run in between the tackles and he can catch passes out of the backfield. Josh Allen taking what the defense gives him. His best safety valve, James Cook and Dalton Kincaid. So that's what I'm hoping to see. James Cook, potentially Dalton Kincaid as well, really show up for this one.
Not a big guy, James Cook, but he's always falling forward. He's always falling forward when he gets hit. So.
Right.
He is such a smooth route runner and whatever runner in general, but and they talk about it constantly on the broadcast, but the way he runs, it reminds me a lot of that Le'Veon Bell style, but not as slow, right? He just seems way more fluid, and he'll pick his lanes and he'll go. He's not like a shady, like cutting back and forth a million times, but he's just got that foresight to see where he's going, and he just kind of like melts into
Get it and hit it.
Yeah, man, and it's beautiful. It's great. It's amazing to watch. For me, my X Factor, dude, I'm going low hanging fruit. Josh Allen, put together another game, another confident game, just like you did last week. Do exactly what you would do any other time without Ken Dorsey. It's beautiful. Josh Allen, X Factor, 3 touchdowns. I'm going with your son's prediction there with a rushing touchdown included in that.
There you go.
And we're going to have a good day.
Well, Josh says he's fucking back.
He's fucking back.
He's back.
The wife didn't. She didn't yell at me for that because she saw the video. She's like, "Hey, Scott, you see what Josh said the other day?" It's like, "Oh, geez, what?"
Is that your
I'm fucking
impersonation of your
back.
wife? Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Ooh, Josh Allen.
Yeah, dude. It's a good thing there's a bye week next week.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all getting killed.
Score. Score.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
All right.
Score.
Score prediction. RT, go ahead.
I'm going 34-31, Buffalo. I think this is going to be a close, high-scoring game with two quarterbacks that people that are watching this. It's a nationally televised, for the most part, 4 o'clock, 4:25 game. They're going to come away saying, man, I wish I had one of those two quarterbacks on my team. That's how I see this game. I think this is going to be a great showing from both of those guys. But whoever has the ball last is going to win this game, and I think Buffalo's going to have the ball last. They're going to win the game. Via game-winning touchdown, I'm calling Josh Allen to Dalton Kincaid, 34-31, Buffalo.
Ooh, I love it. So specific. Scooter?
I'm looking at my score right here. You
Yeah.
have it up, 31-27. I'm not budging from that.
Ooh.
If I would budge, it's because of that Lane Johnson. I'm going to keep reiterating this. Pro Bowl offensive tackle. That's a huge loss for them. But it's going to be a close game. And shootout, whether or not it is I don't know. I don't see it being a shootout, but I have to be realistic. And that's why it's 31-27. But it could potentially go both ways, for sure. Yeah, I'm with you, Swank. I'm very comfortable about this game, oddly enough.
Yeah.
And it feels like that Miami game where we do have the personnel to be able to compete with these guys. And I think in some of the cases we're better than these guys. So
Yeah.
let's do it. We got 45 minutes till that game starts. I'm pumped.
Oh, I like it. I know. I'm getting a little distracted because in the beautiful man cave at the Reed residence, there's this huge big screen TV with the Bengals Steelers game on, and the Steelers are really trying to just screw us, but they're moving the ball right now. So I'd really like for them to beat the Steelers somehow in typical lame Steeler fashion. And give us a little hand up, because I'd feel so much better if we were just sitting in that spot at number 7, right?
Boring football, but they're finding ways, and they're beating. They're up by 9 right now with only 2 minutes left.
Because Watt is insane, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Defense wins championships, right?
Also, last I saw, Jags were up, and that's good for us against the Texans. So there's a bunch of hope there. I think right now, the reason I'm so calm about this game, like I was with the Miami game, is that I feel like the Bills are in control of their own destiny. We know what they're capable of. They haven't reached it. It seems like last week was the most comfortable I've ever seen him. Like I said, Diggs doesn't say anything to anybody in the media, and this week he came out and said, yeah, there is a difference. He didn't say anything horribly bad about Dorsey or anything. But he said there is a noticeable difference. And to me, that little bit says a lot, because he wouldn't even have ventured it if it wasn't the truth. You know what I mean? So for me, I think there's confidence back in that locker room. There's people believing in this offensive coordinator. I'd still love to see them get rid of that stupid draw out of the shotgun. I would love to see that, but I'm sticking with my guns here. 38-17. I think the Bills make a statement today and shut up half of the national media at least. And let's go.
I mean, it's like we've been talking about. It's the same feel as a Miami Dolphins game, and this could be a game where that game was a statement game.
Yeah,
we weren't gonna win that game.
Mm-mm.
Blew them out. This is the same setup.
Dude, I think we got one more score prediction here. I think your boy had a score prediction.
Jack,
come on,
come on,
dude. You want to be on? No.
Well, you could tell us then, Jack.
Here.
Speaking of the mic.
Yeah, talking the mic, and then you don't have to be on camera.
Score prediction: Buffalo Bills versus the Eagles. What's the score prediction?
28-20.
Ooh, I like. See, he thinks a close game. Close, good game. That's what he thinks.
Jack, and who's scoring the touchdowns?
Stephon Diggs, Kincaid,
Yeah.
and Oh yeah, and Josh Allen.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
You get it done everywhere. I
Yeah.
love it.
I have to agree with him.
I mean, he is your blood.
Get your bets in.
And with this comment here from Lisa, okay, she's calling that the Eagles are going to win it, but we've been here before, and we've heard this saying. I'll say it once, say it again. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. The games that you think the Bills will get blown out in or lose, they'll show up for and potentially win. So that's why I'm actually very confident that the Bills are going to get a W today.
I love
Still love you, Lisa.
yeah, I'm rolling. Still love you, Lisa. John's Lisa's husband. Don't need the negativity, Lisa. Arguing in the comments. I love it.
Either they're sitting right by each other or they're watching from separate
Yeah,
rooms.
I hope they're watching on the same computer, taking turns typing right now. You guys are killing it, man. Jim Graham, our buddy, says 24-17 Bills. Seen a lot of the scores come through. Mike V says Giants are up on the Pats right now, 10-7, which is very awesome. Lisa says, thank you, Rob. At least someone does. All right, guys. Oh, and we got some clarification here. Different phones.
Different phones. I was going to guess that.
There you go.
All right, guys. We took her a little long. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting my family over with your family, bro. And RT, I'm glad that you came in on 2 separate times, and I got to introduce you twice. That's great. And hey,
StreamYard.
thank you, StreamYard. We're gonna go final thoughts. Hit you up, our first RT, and let them know all about everything you got going on.
Yeah. So as I mentioned from the top of the show, really cool project that I started. It's called the Charging Buffalo Conversation, where I dive into some very historic moments of the team. That is the Buffalo Bills, of course. Episode 1, I talked about when they went and traded for Drew Bledsoe in 2002. And I also provided like a perspective of where I was at that time as well. 1985, Bruce Smith wasn't around for that one, but I got a lot of insight from a very close source to me when they drafted Bruce Smith. What was that like in this town? So definitely check out those episodes. The Thomas Take Sports podcast, Facebook, YouTube, any and all audio podcasting platforms. Follow along, subscribe at Ryan Thomas Take on X, formerly known as Twitter, of course. Thanks to Elon.
Thanks to the billionaires.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, RT. Love you so much.
Yeah. Go Bills, guys.
Scooter, what do you got?
Final thought. Hey, I'm here with my fam. Swank's here with his. It's all about family. Bills Mafia means family. Appreciation post or statement for the Buff fan base. Sponsor of the Buff fan base network is who we belong to. We're sponsored by 26 shirts. Go check out Del Reed and everything he does. They did just put out a Duke shirt, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but we've also at 24/7 Buff Fandemonium have our very own Duke shirt. And what that means, guys, go back, look at the highlight of when Dawson Kincaid ran down and blocked those 3 guys. He's on the sideline. He's talking to Josh Allen about the experience he had, and he goes, Duke. So I think we found a nickname for him, and it'd be very interesting, if we hear that at a home game, kind of like the Bruce and Duke.
Dude.
But no, enjoy the Mafia, enjoy the family, watch the game, have a good. Yeah, this is a real true test today, and these 4:00 games I'm kind of actually getting used to. So,
They're not too bad.
Yeah. We got I think a couple more days in the salute to service, so I don't want to forget to mention everyone that's either dedicated their lives to protect this country or sacrificed the greatest sacrifice to give us everything that we have today. So appreciation for all those guys. That Gregory Russo helmet and that vinyl good goddamn from the Endless Mountain Derelicts will be given away this Tuesday on the K-Gun Report. Tune in, find out if you win. If you left a comment last week, you were entered. So we'll see you Tuesday, and we'll talk about a victory.
Ooh, I like it. Big up to everybody that hung out with us for this a little bit longer than usual pregame, but I kind of like it because we're basically going to kickoff right now, so that'll be good. I'm going to get some good food here, and we're going to drink some good drinks, and we're going to watch the Bills victory. That's what we're going to do, man.
That's what we're going to do.
That's what we do. That's what guys do, you know?
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, root hard and appreciate all that you get from this team while you get it, because there's times where we don't get what we get right now. So Be
You
on
get
it.
it?
Check out the K-Gun every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out everything RT does. Check out everything Buff Fan Base does. Go to 26 Shirts and spend all of your money because they'll do better things with it than you do. We love you. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills!
And the family?
Go Bills!